Hey y'all, it's Kim from Kim Dixon Creative, and I'm here today on the Not Too Shabby YouTube channel with a Valentine's project. And I'm using a couple of stamps that I picked up from the shop by Darcie's, and one of them is called You Sly Fox, and the other one is called Would You Be? And I'm going to focus today on the Would You Be stamp. The little bunny on that stamp is just so precious. I love coloring up little creatures. I think they're so fun. You don't have to be so worried about, am I being, correct, using correct colors from nature or whatever, because we're coloring images to go on a card. If they look cartoonish, great. I mean, so this is, I enjoy coloring up these little creatures. But I'm using my alcohol markers, mostly Nuvo markers, but I do have a few Copic markers. And I'm coloring on some Copic friendly or alcohol friendly paper. And I've stamped the images out using Memento Tuxedo black ink because that is alcohol marker friendly. And I'm just coloring up my little bunny rabbit. Typically I use 3 markers. I use a light, a medium, and dark, and I color up the dark, or rather the light first, and then go in with my darker colors, and then pull out my mid-tone and then blend all that together with my lightest color. And you see on my little bluebird up here, I kind of made a mistake. I started out and colored the whole image with my mid-tone. So my little bluebird, which is fine because he's small, but my little bluebird is just going to have 2 colors, 2 shades on him. I tried to go back in and add some of the lighter shade, but it didn't really do anything, which I knew that was going to be the case, but sometimes you just got to try. But I think he still turned out cute. He's like I said, he's small enough that 2 colors were fine. And I'm just going to continue to color up. I'm coloring these little leaves here now, and I do use 3 colors there. They're small, but you still have room to use the 3 colors, the light, the medium, and the darker shades on them. I'm as y'all will find out, I am no expert when it comes to coloring. I add shades where and shadows where I think they might be, and I'm probably wrong most of the time, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm not trying to be a professional colorist. I just want to make cute things. So I just kind of put colors down where I think they should go. So since my bunny is white, he does need some shading. Even white has shading. So I come in, I have this very, very light gray marker that I come in on the edges and give a little shadow and a little bit of shading there. So there's a little bit of dimension on the bunny rabbit itself. And I just kind of go around where I think the shades and the shadows might be. Obviously there's going to be a little shadow behind the heart that he's holding, or that she's holding. I keep calling him a he, but she has flowers on her head, so it's got to be a girl. But now I'm going to bring in a very, very light pink. It's the lightest pink I have, and just add some pink to the cheeks. I think that bunny rabbit needs a little pink on her cheeks, because she's a little embarrassed that she's blushing when she's giving her little Valentine. And I just then blend it out with the gray that I was using. I do have a colorless blender that I could have used too. So I just fussy cut this out. It was very easy to fussy cut. And now I'm going back in with my Memento Tuxedo black marker and just putting some color on the edges. And what this does is, if you cut a little close to the line, it adds that line back, if you don't cut close enough, it shades that white there, so you don't have white edges. And so the technique on this is to come to your image from the back. That way, if your marker slips, it's going to slip onto the back of your image and not the front that you've already colored up. So now I'm going to bring in that confetti stencil that I got. This was in a previous Not Too Shabby box of the month, and it was designed by our very own Call Me Crafty Owl. Alicia designed this stencil, and it's so cute. And so I'm just ink blending down with a rainbow of colors of Distress Oxide inks. And I had all my colors out, but as I typically do, purple's not gonna make the list because I ran out of room. But I'm just using Kitsch Flamingo, Spiced Marmalade, Squeezed Lemonade. Then I will use Twisted Citron. And then Tumbled Glass is my blue. And like I say, I don't make it to my Wilted Violet, but I had it on my desk. I wanted to. But I just want this to be a storm of multicolored confetti falling down behind my little image. And this is the most fun part to me, is taking off the stencil and seeing what you have. So I got a piece of pink cardstock from my stash and just cut it down to an A2 size top folding card. And I thought that my bunny rabbit needed a little something behind her because she just got lost in the confetti. So I cut a little scallop circle with a die from my stash, and I'm going to adhere my bunny onto that. And I think that makes it makes that little bunny rabbit pop. So I'm going to glue my card front down onto my card base, glue it flat down, and then I'm going to glue my bunny flat down to my scallop circle. And you all know me, there's going to be some foam tape somewhere on this card, so I decided to foam up my little circle part. I'm going to use my Scotch double-sided foam mounting tape and get that. I had some kind of schmutz there on my on the back, but I finally realized, hey, it's on the back. It's not going to show. But I'm going to use that Scotch double-sided foam mounting tape and pop up my little circle on the front of my card. I just love dimension on cards. I like a flat card. There's sometimes that's what you need. But for the most part, somewhere there's going to be some kind of dimension on my cards. Like the one that I did for the hop on yesterday, it had an action wobbler. So it popped that little, my little catacorn up. And that's what I'm doing here with this little round die. I'm going to pop it up with my foam tape. And so now I'm going to stamp a sentiment. And the sentiment on this is going to say, "There's no bunny like you." And I'm going to just stamp that out on the pink cardstock that I used for my card base and just fussy cut around it. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did on that circle, where I took the Kitsch Flamingo and just inked the edges to give it a little bit of dimension on the edges. I felt like it needed a little something just to keep it from looking like just a piece of cardstock cut out. And so I took the Kitsch Flamingo, which is my favorite pink from the Distress line. I just love that Kitsch Flamingo. And I'm just going to adhere it straight down onto my card. And there's my card for today. I'm so glad you decided to stop by and watch the video. I hope I inspired you. I'm going to leave links for everything in the description box below. all the products that I used, and a link to the Not Too Shabby shop. And I will have links to all of my socials as well. And if you're not subscribed to the Not Too Shabby channel, I would invite you to do so. There are so many different designers that post on this channel that are just amazing. And so it would be great if you would subscribe to the channel. And if you're not subscribed to mine, I'd be honored if you would do so. Hit the little bell icon on both so that you can be notified every time that a new video is uploaded. Words today. Anyway, thanks again for stopping by. I really appreciate that you spent time with me this morning, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.